Welcome to the Black Light Podcast pop-up show. Hit the like button and went to the room. Also, the notification bell to be notified every single time we go live, just like this. SOUNDEFFECT at your service.
Mama, there goes that man.
How you all doing this evening? Got some interesting things going on Kendra G's show. I would like to discuss it with my audience briefly. Do my thing. How you guys doing? Hope you all are having a good evening. We don't do shows on Sunday often, but if the archetypes call for it, we're here. What's up, Emmanuel? Forever blessed. How you guys doing this evening? Everybody having a good Sunday? Let's make it happen. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the shit.
I beg your pardon.
Welcome. Drop those locations as you come in. That's right, Godson is in the building. You know it. It's surprisingly a little bit weird out here in Michigan right now, too. The weather's a little weird out here. Drop those locations. We sponsor today's show. We come back here tomorrow for another show. Y'all know how we do. The delusion is high. The delusion is high, so I'm working. Was this house hard? It looked like it was a halfway. This lady wasn't that bad. There was just an interesting dynamic to some things that she wanted. And it annoyed me a little. It annoyed me. The comment section thought Kendra G was hating on this woman. There's some interesting dynamics that happened in this conversation. Kendra G, when I saw this, I definitely knew I had to react to it. No doubt about it. We're coming up on our last Kendra G shows. We're getting ready to open the call lines up for ourselves. Regardless of if women call in or not, we're going to sit there until they do start to come, because we're good at what we do. Much love to Mick. He dropped 3. He said stream it on a Sunday. He dropped $3 on the show just to show his love. I appreciate you, Mick. Thank you for making this feasible. Yeah, very interesting archetype. Every now and again, we get archetypes that are sort of rare that we haven't seen before. And when we get something new on Kendra G's show, the show that we've probably analyzed more than anybody else on the internet, we have to be the first here to break it down before MTR and all the other juggernauts get their hands on it. I like that when it comes to this Kendra G stuff. I got that lens. I just got that lens. I can tell which archetypes need to be broken down before the other guys in the niche do. No offense to them guys. I'm supporters of all those guys. But when it comes to these black women, I'm sorry, like, nobody has the eye like the guys. I know them. That's why I'm the most hated right now. That's why, like, I'm the most banned right now. It's because I know these women. They are our women. They're everything that our detractors say. They're the women who raised us. Yo, mama black. This is why we know our women so well. The very counter that you guys use against men advocacy is the very reason why black men are so equipped to deal with women who might even appear to be marriageable, but really are playing too much, suffering from arrested development, needing a lot of therapy, And it's funny, it comes in all different shapes and sizes. Some people come into these type of issues like and they're wearing it. And then you have some women who look pleasant, they look gentle. But I would have loved to Mr. Samuels to have cross-examined some of these archetypes of women who sort of toe the line of decency. Brooklyn in the building. Brooklyn in Texas is heavy in here. This is a very surprise show. We hardly ever do shows on Sunday. So I'm not surprised. I'm not expecting a lot of people to know that we're live, but I'm glad to see some of our regulars in here. This is a very, very, very long archetype, so we're not going to waste any time. Hit the like button. We're going to go ahead and start and spin the clip. This is a divorced mom of 4 talking this jargon. Let's get back into it.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, you look so pretty, but I hope I don't got an echo. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Kendra G Singles, the dating app, is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Okay. I hope it's a baby echo. You look nice. Your name is Misty?
Yes.
Misty, where are you calling us from?
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis. How old are you?
I am 40.
40. Okay. What you do for a living?
I'm a substitute teacher and an Uber and Lyft driver.
So teacher and an Uber and Lyft. You have any kids?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I have 4.
What are your 4 children?
My oldest is 20, and I have a 9-year-old, and I have 8-year-old twins.
Okay. All by the same man?
2 different men.
Here been
So my
married?
oldest is from...
What if you could taste the movies?
We turned that idea into an
I want to say to that person who comes into the stream every day and dislikes the stream, I'm here to tell you that that's only positive towards our stream. That only helps the stream get out there to more people.
When did you get divorced?
In 2018.
2018.
There's no such thing as bad
So married
engagement.
twice. Okay, so you married both of your children's
So thank
dads.
you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we got Misty St. Louis. What's your zodiac sign?
Pisces, through and through.
Pisces. All right. So we got Misty St. Louis, 40 Pisces, mom to 4 by 2 men, both of her ex-husbands. Substitute teacher, also an Uber and Lyft driver. They say she's pretty.
Oh, thank you.
You guys want to know why Kendra G tells people to tell their zodiac signs? Because Kendra G believes in a reality where men actually care. Like Kendra G's dating standards are so juvenile and childish that she believes that men look at women and say, "Oh, she's a Pisces. Oh, I can't do it." Oh, like we actually deal break. Like like anybody who deal breaks on that stuff is not to be taken serious. When Kendra added that standard into her show, that was where I realized where her maturity level was just surrounding dating.
What kind of man you looking for, girl?
Okay, so I'm so happy I caught you in a good mood tonight, Kendra. I've been watching you
I'm
ever
in a
since.
bad mood?
Sometimes, but that's
Well, I
okay.
will say this. My mood matches. Sometimes the energy of the guest is where my mood goes. I will stand that I start off.
Well, Kendra, I'll say that before your call started slowing down, you were really coming on there very tired and unenergized, especially when you were going through your breakup. You weren't coming on there really happy to talk to anybody. I'm telling you, before people start calling into your show, you should rewatch some of my old lives during that time. I was telling you that people were getting ready to stop calling. I was telling you they were about to stop calling. And it was because of how you were on stream. You were like, Kendra, I'm telling you, it doesn't serve yourself to just self-evaluate in every scenario. It's going to help you as a businesswoman to start to see yourself as the world sees you, not as you choose to see yourself. Do you understand, Kendra? Kendra. David Edwards took the show sponsor spot, of course. Gotta love David Edwards. Where does that put us at? 55. That puts us at $40. We're $10 away from a sponsor show, everybody. Y'all show David Edwards some love. He continues to be our top sponsor. And I'm hoping he'll help lead our panels. I'm gonna let him take all that money so he can get his money back. I'm gonna pay him to run the panels. Much love to David Edwards, man. Matter of fact, David Edwards doesn't have to do anything he doesn't want to. much love to David Edwards, man. Our most consistent and our top donor. Other than Ron C. Waits, people who have been donating on a steady forever, because nobody's really over Ron C. Waits in a way, because this man's been donating like the same donation on the first of the month since I started podcasting. Like, there's an argument he could probably still be. I haven't even been able to add up his. That's how long it's been going. But when it comes to the show, David Edwards is top dog, no doubt. Just when it comes to the Kendra G shows, he's not to be fucked with. Much love, David Edwards. Thank you. Okay. I'm pretty sure we'll be back here tomorrow, thanks to Mr. Edwards. Let's go ahead and get back into the show.
Well, with everybody, I start off well with everyone, unless something goes sideways. So I usually...
That is not true, Kendra G. You don't respect all of your guests equally. That's just simply not true. You don't respect all of your guests equally. And that I know. That I know. When somebody comes onto your show who might look a little bit older than they say they are, instead of you just questioning them about what they could possibly be dishonest about in a professional way, using all of your experience in journalism and media to be careful, you would use it as an opportunity to try to be funny, even though you're not funny. So it would end up coming off as offensive to the people when you would try to be like, are you sure you're 45 years old? In what world? Or you would try to do something sarcastic and you would think you were being smooth, but since you're actually not a funny person, you would end up actually offending the people who you were talking to. Kendra, I am not surprised people are starting to not call into your show.
Return energy. That's what I believe.
I understand.
I believe I return energy.
That's what you believe.
I match
but
energy
Misty, you better
too.
stay on the right side, girl, because you ain't starting off right.
No, I'm just saying that. No, I'm saying that you.
Pause. No, pause. This is good. You're a perfect example. So I literally gave you a compliment. I set the stage, and then you went left and said, "Well, I got you in a good mood." So now, what kind of energy you think that brings? And I literally set you
No,
up.
I'm saying that you're there, like you said, there are different times when you have different moods, and we're all like that, and it's okay.
Kendra, you're starting to act hostile right now. Kendra, I'm not sure if I've seen anybody rise to your heights with so little control over themselves. I'm serious. I'm always going to continue to say this on my show. To be a real person, I'm going to have to say that I'm proud of you, that on some level. What you've accomplished is great. I'm just shocked you've been able to accomplish it, and you have almost zero emotional stability. I'm impressed. And I don't even say that sarcastically or with any level of condescent. I'm genuinely impressed you've been able to accomplish what you've accomplished with almost zero emotional stability and psychological stability. Unbelievable.
Why?
Because Kendra, I don't know if you notice it, but you're losing yourself right now. And this woman, she said, I guess what she did imply that you have a bad attitude on the show often. But the truth is it's more than an implication. It's actually the truth. You actually do have a bad attitude on the show most of the time. And she brought that up, and that's actually happening. And she brought it up, and you were just expecting her to probably just deal with your shit. Nobody would ever say anything. This is what happens when you hold a mirror up to a vampire, everybody. This is what happens when you hold a mirror up to a vampire. Kendra, the reason why you're so hostile right now is because I believe on some level you know that what she has to say is true. That's why you're starting to say things to your subscribers that you've never said to them, because you're starting to see you're starting to see them value your content less. You're starting to say, oh, I love and appreciate all my subscribers. Shit you would never say, right? shit you would never say, because now you want everybody to believe you're of the people, because what you used to have such a lit up green room, and your RSVP used to be so backed up that you thought you could talk to anybody any type of way. You weren't Mr. Samuels. You weren't nowhere near Mr. Samuels.
Be like that, but there's sometimes when you have less patience than other times, like whenever we're on the show. That's what I mean by, because the reason I'm reaching out to you is because I wanted your help with something very specific. And so sometimes, depending on your mood, then I wouldn't know if you would be willing or open to help me with something specific.
Well,
so
okay, hold on. So are you here to look for love?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But I'm reaching out for help to reach out to a specific person. So there's somebody that I'm specifically interested in, and I've been attempting to reach out to them, but I think that they're...
Imagine being able to build anything.
So they're kind of like an upcoming celebrity-ish, I guess you would say.
And I know this person.
I don't know. But because you're in that world, or just because of your show, your platform, that I just thought that this would be a good way to try to reach out to them, because I've attempted other ways, but I think that they get so many messages from so many people that I think I just kind of get lost in the sauce. So I was like, well, maybe Kendra can help me, because this is her world and this is what she does. And yes, I am looking for love. So if it's possible for you to help me to get this person's attention, then I would appreciate it.
Okay, so let me pause. Let me make sure I understand. So basically, and we're going to get to this name in a second. So there's a specific person that, so basically you want to be a highlight, so this video could travel to the person you really want to get their attention to.
Yes.
Okay, so who is the person?
Are you familiar with the Lost Lover Boy podcast with Dimitri Wiley?
I'm Dimitri Wiley.
He does. He's like has been a guest on the on what is it? The shoot. Well, his particular podcast that he hosts is.
This is gonna sound crazy. I'm not in these YouTube streets like that, so I don't know all these podcasts. I'm not even trying to lie to y'all. So I never, his name, Dimitri, sounds familiar, but the podcast, absolutely, I don't know it. Is he on Instagram?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what's his IG? Let me look this man up.
Lost Lover Boy.
Lost Lover Boy is Lover.
But his name could possibly be Dimitri Wiley on there, but that's like what his...
Oh, I do. Oh, actually, I know him. I did tonight's conversation with him.
Yes, that's what I was trying to think of the name.
I didn't know the name of his podcast.
Yes, I was trying to think of the name of tonight's conversation.
Yeah. Okay. So I do know Dimitri. We've done tonight's conversation together. So I did. Shouts to Ace. I'm actually back on tour. I should be talking about this. I'm on tour with tonight's conversation starting in October. And Dimitri, we were on an episode together. So I do know Dimitri. He lives in Chicago. So
yes, and that's like Chicago is about 4 hours from me. So
you want me to hit up Dimitri directly for you? Dimitri,
yes, ma'am.
Are you older than you're 40, right?
I am. And I realize that he's much younger than me, but he's a very mature young. And honestly, if I'm being completely transparent, I don't necessarily know that we would be the most compatible, but I would like to spend some time with him and just really exchanging energy and just having conversations and just kind of seeing, because I feel like that he's a very open-minded person as well as I am. And I've watched so many of his videos, and he's kind of talked about like age range and stuff like that, and how he's, open to older women, because I mean, he's a mature individual. And
Okay, now I'm also someone who on my platform have been open about being more open to older demographics of women, but that doesn't mean that podcasters want women hitting them up and trying to like get with them because they said that. That's the truth. A lot of us guys are really put off by by women, especially you women who know that us men are in relationships, so on and so forth. And you just decide, you know what? I'm just gonna shoot my shot. I'm gonna shoot my shot because shit. Why not? But I will say, there's nothing wrong with a woman shooting her shot. I'm here to say that men really appreciate this. But ladies, there's a time and a place. Men truly appreciate being advanced. This is something that men don't get to talk about a lot. Men aren't put off by it like what women would think. But I will say, ma'am, I would say that your approach is, I don't know. I'll say it's a bit desperate. And I would say that he's not even that famous to where you're probably out of the realm of just going to his city and to his events. And there's a possibility you could meet him in person in a more respectable way. But this is a very long call. I'm going to try to keep it flowing. Much love to Ron C. Waits. He done dropped that 50 on the show. So much love to him. We're going to go ahead and just count that as a sponsorship show. Much love to Ron C. Waits. Let's get back into it.
Really just, I love his energy. I feel like that we share a lot in common as far as just being lover boys and lover girls. Like I love love. I'm a person who's very just in that whole romantic kind of vibe. And I love what he stands for. I appreciate him as a person. I think that we could give one another a lot of just insight and just, if nothing else, to just have like,
this is like
a really mature conversation with one another and to have some fun. But it's nothing, like I said, I've had a crush on him for a long time, and I only recently realized how much younger he is than me. But like I said, even if it wasn't to be anything super serious, I'd just like to have a conversation with him, if nothing else.
Ma'am, it sounds like to me you're just trying to get cracked.
Yes, I'm very serious about my meat.
Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna tell you what men hear when a woman says, I'm not even looking for anything that serious. As far as I'm concerned, you just offered up the draws.
Yes, I'm very serious about my meat. What's wrong with it?
And I mean offered it straight up.
Vagina. Give me some of that vagina.
This is where our mind goes. Ma'am, you just put yourself out there. And I don't even know if you know what you just did. A woman should probably never say, I'm just looking to have fun to somebody with a shaft and balls. Lady, even if he does end up getting up with you, I promise you, he's probably only going to want to smash.
So let me ask you a couple things. Now, you said you try to reach out. How, in what ways did you try to reach out?
So I have sent him DMs a couple times on Instagram. I have commented.
Okay, so when you send the DMs, do it say seen?
No.
Okay, so he's never seen him. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why because I don't want it to seem like I'm like some crazy stalker or like I'm obsessed or doing anything.
Well, your girlfriend, you know, you're coming across as a stalker. I don't know.
But, it might seem like that, but it's not like I'm like.
Now wait. I wouldn't jump to stalker. I would just say that she's a bit overzealous. She's being a little bit desperate even. One would say she's being desperate. James Dent dropped the last 10. We needed to sponsor the rest of the show. That's one of our second highest sponsors right there. Much love to James Dent. We'll be back here tomorrow. Love these pop-up shows. But yeah. Let's continue.
Obsessively like I haven't been like stalking, following him crazy. Like, I mean, like I'm a fan. So I watch his videos, of course. I've tried to inbox him, and because it shows, if it would show like he's seen it, or if he messaged me back and was like, I'm not interested, no thank you, whatever, then that is what it is, and I would let it be. But because I feel like that he's never even seen or been aware of me at all, I'm just kind of like, well, maybe Kendra can help. And
Okay, well, you're towing the line of stalkerhood. Like, you might not be a stalker, but you're damn close. It's when he didn't respond to your DM, that was a response, actually. You just didn't like it, but that actually was a response. If a guy were to do this, you would call him creepy. If you were to not respond to a guy's message and he goes, hold on, she didn't respond to my message, so maybe I need to find another way for her to see me. You would probably find that a little bit desperate. You would probably want him to big up himself, correct? And I know the rules for men and women aren't exactly the same, but this isn't about gender. It's just about decency, really, and consideration, courtesy, maybe even.
if he's not interested, that's fine too. And if he wants to call me, call me.
Okay, well,
Amazement 717 dropped 10 more on the show just to say salute for the Sunday service today. No problem, man. I love popping up on a Sunday every now and again. The algorithm is never ready for it.
I'm gonna give you
Much love, man. Thank you.
When you write, your tone influences how.
Sorry about these ads, y'all.
30 seconds to talk to Dimitri, and I will make sure he sees what you have to say. Go.
30 seconds is a long time, but
What you gotta say? Shoot your shot.
Dimitri, if you're watching, I would just really love the opportunity to get to know you better in person. I would like for you to get to know me. I feel like that we could have a lot of fun together, and that we could just share some insight for the things that we know about love. And I'm just really interested in getting to know you, and I appreciate everything that you do, and I admire you, and I just would love to hang out sometime.
Okay, and what's your name on the Kendra G Singles dating app?
I want to say, can you check and see if it's Mystical Mama? But it would be Misty.
So you didn't
CAL.
check that before you call me? Like, what would be the?
Well, the reason why I covered my face in shame, it's not really shame, but like the name that I actually put was, I specifically made my profile to reach out to him, to get in touch with you, to reach out to him. And what he does a lot of times whenever he does his podcast and whenever he does his videos, he talks a lot to Mrs. Wiley. So I put future Mrs. Wiley.
Last name in your okay. Wait, so you have Dimitri's last name as your username?
It says future Mrs. Wiley on there. Yeah.
Is that your username?
I'm not sure if my username is Mystical Mama or Future Mrs. Wifey. I put both of them on there, but I don't know how it shows up.
Mrs. Okay, so okay, let me take it from the top. So it is Future Mrs. Wiley. If you put up Future Mrs. Wiley, you will see her on the Kendra G Singles dating app. You are taking manifestation all the way. I mean, one thing.
Manifestation, fellas. You hear that? Manifestation. If this was a guy, women would be calling the police. But if it's a woman following some hard-working man around, borderline, about to be wearing his skin like a lamp, it's manifestation. That is what it means to be a man in society, everybody, in today's day. If you're a woman and you're literally going by a guy's last name before he even knows you, You're just trying to manifest something. If you're a guy and you do the same thing, you get the police called on you. That is what it means. That is what it means to be a man in society, everybody. Women get the freedom to literally follow us around. They can stalk us. They can do whatever they want to do to us. And women will go, oh, yeah, girl, you just trying to manifest it. Do it. Stalk that brother. Yes. Manifestation.
I don't know if this is the power or manifestation or crazy. Why do you have roses
Exactly.
in your hair?
And well, that's the thing. I'm like, okay, I'm wondering if he's gonna take it as like she's psychotic, like I need to stay far away from her. If he's gonna be like,
he's definitely gonna process it as psychotic, shorty. What?
humorous and just be like open to the idea of, hey, I can get with that because she's serious about what she's talking about.
This is what I will say. Shouts to Dimitri. I really enjoyed him. I liked a lot of things he has to say. His, I didn't know who he was until we did a tonight's conversation together. Dope guy. Actually, I take that back because I live in Chicago, and I used to live in Chicago, and he reminded me years ago he was on our radio show. But he's taking off in this space, and I'm very proud of him. What I will say is, you know, a lot of you women kind of like want this. You know, he's desired by a lot of women.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, like, you know, so you definitely are, and you are a part of a lot of women that want to.
I understand the competition, Kendra. I'm well aware.
I don't want to say competition. I don't know. I hate that word competition, but if we have to use that word, so be it.
Hold, wait a second.
I beg your pardon?
Kendra, the more you talk, the more we'll realize why you haven't got a man yet and why the men who you do date end up being sketchy. You don't like the word competition? Kendra, I'm not surprised.
My dog die alone.
I'm not surprised. And I'm here to say something to all of the black women out there who believe that they're not in a competition. That is probably why you're in the circumstance you're in if you're not in a favorable one. If you believe black men are not worthy of being competed for in a society where women will always outnumber men and there will be always far less men available than available, bitch, it's a competition. Get your shit together. Grow up. Grow up so you can get a man. Your silly ass. You think people over here are your enemy? We're your smoothest and most narrow path to a man. And we're your clearest path to you understanding what it takes to get a man. You just won't listen. That ain't our fault. Ain't nobody your enemy. Trust me, you ain't that important. To where niggas just gotta be mad at you. You have a lot of influence you don't know what to do with. That ain't my problem. How are black women? How do y'all think y'all are going to want to be with us if you don't want to compete for us? I'm with Amazement 717 on this one. How do y'all think y'all can come to these conversations and say, where are all the good men? Where are the good, decent black men at? Respectfully. And you also put this energy out there like, ain't nobody competing for you. But at the same time, you're saying, come lead me. That's called a mixed message. This is what makes Kendra G a very poor leader and a very poor example for younger women to follow. Older women to follow, younger women to follow, anybody. Because she's not successful with men and for clear reasons. She doesn't respect that men are the prize and that men are to be earned. She thinks women are kind of the prize too. Well, good luck. How's that working for you? You're about to be 50 and all you're going to have is your phone and this show. I don't really like that word. I think you and the majority of black women don't like that word. That's why y'all are going to continue to marry at a 1 in 4 rate, as the other demographic of women marry at a higher one. Enjoy not competing for us. You'll continue to get the dating market will continue to react in favor of that frequency you put out there.
But did you? Okay, I know you sent him DMs. Did you ever leave like a comment under one of his posts? And say,
Yes,
oh, you
ma'am.
have?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have. Okay, you have sent. Okay, have you gone
Yeah, I
to
left him.
events? Okay, let me ask you. He does the Tonight's Conversation. Did you ever go to a live event? Because those are really easy times to meet him.
No, man, I wasn't available to go. Actually, I was trying to make it to, he just did an album release in Chicago for like his music recently, like he did his first like concert.
How you gonna be Mrs. Future Wiley and you ain't go to his album release?
I had prior engagements and I just could not make it that time. But also it's just one of those things where it's like, it's one of those spaces also where it's just like, there's so many people and everybody's trying to do the same thing. And so it's like, I would rather meet him on a more ways. And
Kendra's going to lecture her about the rollers, and rightfully damn so. Kendra's going to lecture her about the rollers, and I'm glad she did. I'm skipping ahead because it was a very insignificant portion of the conversation, but I want to say something. You women are mad silly that Kendra G has to like check y'all on hair rollers. Shame on you women. That Kendra G has to tell you women, don't come onto the show with hair rollers. This is where I'm back. I done came back right around and I'm back on Kendra G's side again. Because again, I'm trying to like no matter where I try to find legitimacy for you, you do something that's like shows me you're still growing up. We have an issue in our community with arrested development. I keep talking about that. And it actually bleeds over a little bit into the men also, but way more in the women. Way more in the women. To where our women just simply are not growing. I personally, I'm right with Shahrazad Ali in her investigation. I personally believe our women aren't really maturing far past the age of 14 or 15 years old. A lot of the problem in the black community, women, we think we're grown at apartment. As soon as we got a car, as soon as we got an account, as soon as we got something that's ours, then we think we grown. Can't tell us shit, right? But I personally believe you become an adult when you start to look at the world a certain way. And you start to prioritize things in a certain way is what makes you an adult. Not circumstances itself. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Hunter Biden is technically an adult. Amazement 17 says, again, that's why men's standards get shamed because they don't want to be what he needs to attract him. Pick me, but I don't care what you want. Exactly. It's like, where the hell is that supposed to work? It's like, I want you, but pick me for what I want you to pick me for. It's like, what do y'all think this is? What do y'all think the dating market is? Shouts out to Adina. She wasn't ready for the pop-up show, but she's here. This is still the first archetype. How you doing, Edwina? Welcome.
And hopefully I will get to a show or be somewhere in the same place and space. That's kind of the goal. So
real quick, what is the age difference? I don't know his exact age.
I believe he's 29, so it's like 11 years.
So you want to date? So you will go 11? How?
Now I'm not gonna say in general. I'm not going to say in general, if I were like answering your questions and you asked me, I would probably say 35 to 45 or 50. That would typically be what I would say if I was just dating anybody. But I'm making a bit of an exception again, just to have the opportunity to at least have one date, one conversation, it's not like I would date all 29-year-olds. I wouldn't set my bar that low in general. But whenever I see the type of energy that he brings and the type of maturity that he has, then I'm open to I mean, I've seen many successful relationships that have age gaps. It just kind of depends on what people are mentally.
Okay. I don't know this about Dimitri. Do you know if he wants more kids?
He does. He actually wants to at least have a daughter, and I have 3 of them. So
he wants to have, so you want to have another baby?
I'm open.
Oh, so you just assumed that he wanted to raise your daughter? That's sweet. And I'm pretty sure that your daughters are really sweet. I can tell just by looking at you. Your kids are probably sweet. But don't just ever assume that a man wants a daughter so bad that there'll be a pre-made one that's half another man. And he'll just be like, oh, this'll do. Now I don't actually have to do all that pumping. No, it's like men, we want to make our we want to make our own kids a lot of the time. And even if he wanted to take care of your kids, he probably would want a real child out of you. Even some men who don't mind making that sacrifice of taking care of a child that isn't biologically theirs, they oftentimes still want a baby of their own. They oftentimes still want a baby of their own. And this is what diminishes the marital and dating value of women over the age of 35. And I'm starting to see that geriatric pregnancy year move up. There's this new demographic of women over 40 starting to be able to have kids. But either way, it just seems like 36 is always going to be that benchmark, no matter what. It's still high risk. It's extending to another decade, but it's still high risk. And no man wants some old baby after you done already popped out 4. He gets your last, desperation heave baby. Come on, lady. Think about it. This man is 30-something years old. Let's put into perspective, if you had a son, would you want him he's at the top, he's starting to become visible in his industry. A lot of men are starting to see who he is. He's starting to gain a ton of influence. He's single. He's got the world ahead of him. Would you want him to date a 40-year-old woman with 4 kids and an Uber job? Would you? I'm just keeping it a buck. Would you want him to do that? I bet you probably would say, well, if that's what's in his heart to do, you probably would only say something like that because that favors your side of the argument. But that's not true. That's simply not the objective truth. That's not being critical about it, is it? The easiest way to help women with this is find somebody in their life, offer them the same deal, hypothetically, and see if they're okay with somebody who they love accepting some absurd deal that they probably shouldn't accept. Look at Kendra's face. That's what we're all thinking. That's what we're all thinking. What in the world? There we go. I have no idea why that's doing that. Did I go to full screen? What's the problem?
So it's not if I were to say, like I said, if it was anybody else, or if I was just in general talking like, no, I don't particularly want more children, but I'm open to the idea for the right person and I'm capable, and the situation just depends.
So so you said he wanted a daughter, and then you initially said you have 3. So you think that being that you have a mom of 3 girls, that would be sufficient? I'm confused.
No, not necessarily. He would probably still want his own child, which is fine. But I mean, I know that he wants at least a daughter and he wants to raise a daughter. So maybe he might want to raise 3.
Okay, if there's one AI site builder.
Maybe he might want to raise 3. Holy shit. I hope y'all don't think that that's how we come into stepfather situations. Genuinely. It's about time we start having this conversation. Is that how you women think that men come into stepfather in situations? Like we want to raise your kids? That's why it's to be respectful. That's why it's to be respected, because nobody wants to raise someone else's kids. It's something that happens. That's why stepfathers or stepmothers should be very careful with who they take that position on with. Like,
one that's an adult. So, but I have 2 young daughters, so he could possibly want to raise more girls.
So
possibly want to raise more girls. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I can't. Lady, are you high? He said he wanted a daughter. He didn't say he wanted someone else. He wanted to raise some other man's daughter. Some other man who's ready to die about those little girls. I'm pretty sure they're sweet and amazing. I'm pretty sure that their fathers, even if he ain't in their life all the time, no matter where he is, he's probably somewhere ready to go to bat for them little girls if something happens to him or whatever. Guys don't want to be involved with other men like that. Even if we can fight good and we got weapons and all type of stuff, we still don't want to be involved with men like that. It's not about who we can take. A lot of times it's about our stress levels and what type of life we want to have. You're like, oh, maybe he wants to raise some girls. I'm here to tell y'all, everybody who was a stepfather, and that's why it should be respected. They didn't want to do it. They just did it. They were sleeping with your mama, and they did it. That doesn't mean that they wanted to do it. And if you sit up somewhere bitching and mad because they didn't want to do the job that your daddy was supposed to have done, eat a dick. Whoever that hypothetical person or child is out there, go find something to do. Ain't nobody owe you shit. Your daddy owed you something. He didn't do it. When step parents come in and do what they're supposed to do, they're to be respected to the utmost. Because nobody want to do it. That's the lie that a lot of these beta males put out there. They be like, oh, I got my stepdaddy license. And they be like, you need to stop trying to be flashy about the shit and make sure you getting your respect. Stop trying to be all flashy about being a stepfather. Make sure that motherfuckers are respecting you. A lot of times, these women out here, man, they think dudes that's the problem. You modern women, y'all don't understand the sacrifice the way the women of old understand the sacrifice. Y'all on some level think this shit just cool. Just come in and just raise my 3 kids. Like, maybe he might. No, maybe. Hell no. She was like, oh, well, I got 3 of them, baby. It's like, well, he wasn't talking about your kids. And we haven't mentioned the fact that you got a 29-year-old, you want a 29-year-old, and you got a 20-year-old daughter. How that's supposed to work? How that's supposed to work? Why did Kendra talk to her for so long?
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
I'm trying to figure out why the discussion prolonged to such.
That's what it is, but that's Disney. When it comes to the real life, you got to start thinking about, do I really align with this person? And the reason I'm saying this, Misty.
Adam Real Drop 5, he said, just for dropping on a Sunday. I'm going to have to start coming Sunday, man. If y'all want me to come on Sunday, I'll come on Sunday. Y'all showing y'all love for Sunday. Just let me know. Okay. Let's get back into it.
Yes, because I think you're a gorgeous woman, right? And there's probably a lot
Much
of
love, Adam. Thank you, brother.
I mean, everybody was like, the first thing I said is she's cute, like she's pretty. But no man is gonna want to mess with you now because you only want Dimitri. And it's like, I almost feel like you use this moment to be to the world, to shoot yourself for one guy. And is this one guy really a slam dunk when there's probably so many amazing men that you might have aligned with that are like, forget it, because she want that guy?
Okay, now let me let her finish.
Well, I feel like, I mean, also like I don't want there to be the misconception that like it's like, yes, I did use my moment the way that I intended to use it, and I don't regret that because I feel like what's meant to be will be, and if if he doesn't reach out, or if that doesn't become a thing, then like I know that eventually like my moment will come back around, whoever I'm supposed to be with. But I'm also not so delusional that like I'm like, oh, okay, like I don't think that having a crush on somebody necessarily is just like, okay,
Girl,
like my
your
whole
name
life
is
is.
Mrs. Wiley.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Don't try to do that. Don't try to downplay it. You're doing things. You can't go far and be extreme and then try to downplay it. That's why you could possibly have some issues you might probably need to get worked out. And for a 40-year-old woman, you just simply don't have the time. You simply just don't have time for this, man. It's that simple. You're 40 and you have 4 children who need a stepfather, possibly. How are you going to work on that and you're chasing around a guy who probably doesn't see you and doesn't want to see you? He knows you hit him up. He doesn't care. You're not on his radar. You're not his type. You're older. You're probably too old for him. Even though he said he wants older women, he probably doesn't want an older woman with 4 children. I say that too, that if I were to get out of the relationship that I'm in, I probably would go older. Maybe, possibly. I got my, there'd be women around who look good at that age. And us men there are us men out here like me who don't want to have any more kids. They're out there. But that doesn't mean that you stop having criteria. Doesn't mean that your criteria for what you look for in a woman and what their circumstances are and so on and so forth goes away. You still care. You still care about that. You still care about the details, the fine-tuned details. And I'm surprised that like a lot of you women who have children, you guys are underestimating heavily the burden that it is to come in and take care of those children. You're also like have this mentality like oh well he probably won't mind raising my girls. They're a blessing to you, because you watch them grow from conception all the way to what they are now, and it's probably the most beautiful thing you've ever experienced. He wasn't there for any of it. Keep that in mind. He just sees a kid. And I dated a girl one time who had a bunch of daughters, and it was really, 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 really sweet until the father started showing up. I was like, ugh. And one was so sweet. She was like, "Can I hug you?" She was like the sweetest little girl ever. And if it wasn't for they pop showing up and all this and coming all through whatever, man, I don't know. I might have still been there, maybe. A lot of times it's women in the way that they deal and the way that they handle a lot of these things is what messes up the circumstances. It's not even the children. Feature presentation. Show's already sponsored. We're going to let this thing play.
Hi. This your first time here? What you laughing at? You laughing at Mrs. Future Wiley.
Let me tell you something, Kendra.
Kendra G Singles, the dating app, is available now.
These women think that they can judge each other.
Also laughing because she's from the same city as me. So we're both from St. Louis. And so I'm like sitting here cracking up like, girl, like.
Do you know her?
No, I've never seen her a day in my life. But I'm like, who is this pretty lady on here? And I'm like, oh, this is Mrs. Wiley, apparently. And she's from my city, so.
Okay, you know what? She's a gorgeous woman. Well, she's a gorgeous woman. We could leave it right there. Let's see if Dimitri feels the same. I think he will feel the same, to be quite honest. I think anybody with eyes will think she's gorgeous.
Yeah,
I think
her attraction is not the problem. It's them kids. But let's continue.
What happens at times is the alignment there. But hey, we're not going to spend that much more time on that. Let's focus on you. It's Alexia?
Yes.
Alexia. And you're from St. Louis, you already said, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
32. What you do for a living?
I'm a gallery manager.
Gallery manager. Do you have any kids?
I do. I have one son, and he is 7.
Okay. Have you ever been married?
I've not.
Okay. So Alexia, St. Louis, 32, gallery manager, one son that's 7. What's your zodiac sign?
The best one. I'm a Gemini.
Gemini. Okay. And I think I got it all. Alexia St. Louis, 30. Have you ever been married? Okay. So Alexia St. Louis, 32, Gemini, is a manager, has a son that's 7. Why I have gallery? You're a gallery manager. And never married. What kind of man are you looking for, honey?
Okay, so I'm looking for someone like very dynamic and kind of enterprising. I'm really big on character and kind of like just who you are as a man. Like, how do you move? Are you like, do you have, are you family oriented? What type of friend are you? Just like a man with like really, really good character who takes care of himself. A man who's like honestly like willing to kind of be in a father figure role, right? Like if I'm going to be in a serious relationship with you, you know, I have a son who's 7, so I would like you to be open to like being part of our family, right? Like, are you going to be a good role model and example for my son? And then like, are you going to accept him and want to build a relationship, not just with me, but also with him? That I know we're not at deal breakers yet, but that would be a deal breaker for me. Like if you're not interested in my kid at all ever, like we probably shouldn't be together. So someone, like I said, with a really great character. I would like to be able to look at him. Like you don't have to be like the finest thing on earth, but like I would like you to be cute. I want to look at you. Um Someone who's like open to like growing, right? Like I think everybody says that, but I think really committed to like understanding yourself and being willing to continue to grow by yourself and then grow with me as we grow together. So like just someone who's invested in like in investing in our relationship, I would say.
Okay. Okay. You definitely thought about this. What are your deal breakers?
Um So like if you have any type of like dependence on any substance, like I don't care what it is, like if you have to have it to function in your life, I can't get down with that. Like I'm not interested. Um all of the regular stuff I feel like I shouldn't have to say, like if you don't have a job or a car, or you don't take care of your children, if you have children, if you have any more than 2 children, um someone who's loud and like very confrontational, like I don't do well with that. Like I am a firm believer in we can talk through anything, like let's have a conversation about it. But if you like really, really loud, loud men, I can't really deal with that. Um, Someone who's not family oriented, somebody it's a deal breaker if you want me to have a bunch of kids. Like I'm
How old are
open.
you? 32. You don't want any more kids?
I'm okay. I'm okay with one,
Yeah.
maybe 2, but like if you want me to like be pregnant all the time and like have a bunch of kids, like I'm not interested in doing that. And if you
Can he
want,
have a kid? He can have a kid though, right?
you can have a kid, 1 or 2. And I think I'm not really caught up on like how much money you make unless you have children or you want children. Like that's where the money comes in for me. Like if you can take care of yourself, you can sustain your life, I'm okay. But if you want like kids, you need to be able to provide for them. So that would be my only request.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
Cute girl, like I want him to be cute. I don't have a height preference really. Like I just would like you to be taller than me. I'm 5'6", so like if you could be like 5'8" or taller, that would be good. I don't like real big old like muscular guys. Like I kind of like slimmer builds, but I'm not like against dating a big old muscular guy. um yeah, like that's it, just like cute, you're well put together.
Okay, so many issues. I was listening from where I was. First off, lady, nobody has to want to come in and take care of your children. This is going to help women be able to land stepfathers better when we start killing that front end audacity. I'm trying to tell you, I've been one of the only channels who's tried his best to advocate for single mothers, even though I failed in doing so. I've tried my best to advocate for single mothers. I truly have. But I will say this: you women are far too picky. You women, how do I say this? Single mothers, you guys can't carry the same level of bravado as the women who have not given their wound up to another man already. This is real spill. You women do not have the room for this. To be like, oh, he has to want to take care of my child. Nobody wants to take care of a child that's not theirs. Let's just get this out there. Y'all must not understand men to even say some shit like that. All the other male mammals, when they come across and they want to dominate a female in the species, their DNA code tells the other animals and mammals, it tells them to destroy the child, just to get rid of them. What makes you think that men are far from that? We don't want to hurt the child or whatever, but we're not loving. We don't have loving energy in association with a child that another man busted a good one to come into this world. We're not elated. We'll try to think of a context where a man is supposed to be happy to do that, and now see yourself having a lot of respect for him. Truth is it needs to be respected because men don't want to do it. See, you women are getting this all mixed up. It should be respected because biologically, everything in his body says to get the hell away from that child. And he still did it. You women who be like, he has to want to take care of my child. Get your entitled, just somebody's supposed to love my baby ass up out of here. Nobody has to love your child. And then you're trying this whole thing where, like, you women who try to do this thing where it's like how much money you make is going to determine, or like how much money you have to make is going to determine how many kids you have. So if you have a bunch of kids, you don't need to be making a bunch of money. Hold on, you got a whole ass baby I got to pay for, and you're going to tell me that I need to, like, if I got kids already, I need to make sure that I can compensate for them so that your kid can get taken care of better? Bitch, are you crazy? You're like, if he got one baby, he need to make like 100,000. If he got two, he need to make like 150. What do you think this is? Asking for that amount of money isn't predicated on how many kids he has. It's predicated on your value if you can be around that, or if you qualify for that amount of money. His kids are paid for. Your child needs to be paid for. His kids is good. Why are you worrying about his kids? You want his 100K, but you worried about how much he's spending on his kids? But you want him to break off some of that to give to your kids. But you worrying about how much he's gonna have to allocate to them, so that they don't get in the way of him cleaning up your mistake. This is fucking amazing.
Not ugly.
Not ugly. Okay. Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
If he has children, I would say yeah. So like if you have one kid, I would hope that you make at least $85,000 in this economy. If you have two kids, I would hope you're at least at six figures. I'm not gonna date you if you have more than two kids, so I would leave it there.
If he has no kids, what about the income there?
You just, as long as you can manage and sustain your life and you're not expecting me to supplement your income in any way, that's fine, whatever you make.
Let's do the Kendra Cam.
You're out of your mind, lady. Hold on, let's see what this six-figure man gets to come home to.
Ooh, child. Okay. Y'all not ready. I'm super thick.
You play too much.
Okay. Ooh. You said you're thick?
It was a joke. It was a joke. I'm not.
Kendra, how have you survived in media this long? You don't even understand. You don't even see sarcasm coming. You can't even pick up on sarcasm. You had a career in journalism and you can't even see sarcasm like when it's being relayed. You're like, you don't even understand when somebody's having a joking undertone. Somebody says, Larry says she's bugging. I'm like, where do you women get off thinking that because a guy has a certain amount of kids, that means you qualify for a certain amount of money? Just because who said you qualify for a six-figure guy? This is the problem with the dating market. You talking about how many kids he can have or what have? Baby doll, you don't even qualify. You don't even qualify. Average is the day is long.
Sit your goddamn ass pistol grip chin down somewhere.
Average is the day is long. And looking right past average men who might even consider coming in and helping you with whatever it is you got going on. But you're looking right past them. I'm here to tell you, lady, that whatever happens to you behind that awful decision is whatever happens to you. And I'm here to tell you, men who work hard, a lot of them, especially us black men, we work too hard to come home to a flat ass. Some men, y'all don't know how principled we are about it. Especially black men. We want our women. It's a gray area with black men to where we want our women fit, but we definitely for hell don't want you bony, or like lacking in shape, or like whatever. And that's why you made that little joke in the beginning, because you knew you knew you were gonna lose hella points for having a little kid body. You knew you were gonna lose points for that, and that is value as a woman, especially in the black community. A white dude might look at your body and go, "Oh, she's so hot." Oh. White guys look at that, they're like, "Oh gosh, she's so hot. Look at her ass." Black dude, he's just miserable with you. Like, he's miserable with you. He's just starting fights with you for nothing. You walking around and he's just like, and you didn't even say anything. He's like, "Shut up." She's like, "What? What'd I do?" It's like, I don't know. Just shut up. It's the way you're walking around here. There's a whole lot of nothing happening around here. Black men, we start fights when you just bony for no reason.
Not thick at all. I'm
like, girl, yeah, you in St. Louis. I know they got some bodies. You look good though.
You get to be a stepdaddy, have 6 figures. For every kid your dollar was supposed to go with, you get a hard stump of an ass.
Okay.
The game is messed up, fellas.
It ended in March of this year.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you?
Somebody says, "I trust a flat booty black woman."
This year.
I get it.
3 flaws you have to work on.
Because niggas is not approaching her. I get it.
Okay. So
she does have the squat booty. I know when I'm looking at a woman to where if she eats some peanut butter and oatmeal and hits some squats, her shit can be better. Some women, they booty just little, and then that's just what it is. And you could squat, you could do whatever, but it's built wrong. Like, you don't even, like, ain't no use enhancing it. She has a chance to where she could hit some squats and some little leg lunges or something, and next thing you know, it's poking.
I am
easily
overstimulated sometimes. And like sometimes I really just need people to be quiet and not talk to me. So like sometimes I will really just need silence, and it's nothing against the person. Like I just need that. And then other times I really am a Gemini. Like I'm super yappy. Like I want to play and I want to talk. And so like just someone who could understand that like I might be a little bit, it could be perceived as moody. So
so he gets to come home to a flat booty. No, I'm not. I still give her a props for being fit. I'm just saying, but when you start asking for 6 figures, it's gonna get. Once you start, like I'm telling you, I have no problem with this woman's body. She's fit. We have an issue with obesity in the black community. I'm not mad at her. She's fit, and I will give her that. But that don't qualify her for 6 figures, guys. I just want to let y'all know that. Being fit that's not the only thing. That doesn't just automatically qualify you for 6 figures. That just means you fit. A lot of the times, haven't you guys heard the wise yogis in this space? They all say the same things. They say Men marry the body, women marry the lifestyle. This is real. We don't even marry symmetrical beauty as much as we care about the way that woman body shaped, especially black men. Flat and bossy. Yeah, if your booty's little, you're going to have a good attitude. Jacob's right. He might be young, but that doesn't mean he know what the hell this is. If flat and then randomly moody, now you having a flat ass is a problem. So today you just don't feel like talking to me? Now I'm about to go deal with a girl who got a big booty. We're not going to, black men for sure, we're not doing bad attitude and flat booty. We're not doing it. Everybody know that. When I saw that meme on Facebook, I was cracking up when they were like, I worked too hard to come home to a flat ass. That might sound mean or whatever, but men go through a lot of shit. And sometimes the only thing that we have is looking at our woman walk around while she looking at why she look good. And some of you women too, you bony women, y'all are not nearly as appeasing to the eye. A lot of us were raised by overweight women who are thicker. It's science. A lot of it has to do with our environment, what we grew up around in, is why bony women eat so much shit in the black community. He's right. He says you can't have a flat booty and have a bad attitude. That's like being short and fat as a man, and short, fat, and broke. Not just short and fat, because you can be short and fat and be cool. You better believe somebody want to sleep with Faison Love, because he got money. You want to make sure you get you some money. You want to be successful. You don't want to be short, fat, and broke when you're a man. If you have a flat booty, you better make him feel lucky to come home to that flat motherfucker. If me understanding what men are right now, me just knowing what men are, and if I had an opportunity to like Freaky Fridays my way into being in a woman's body, and I had to live as a woman, and like for whatever reason I still had all my understanding of what men were somehow magically, man, if I had a flat booty, I'd be taking that nigga boots off at the door. I'd be like, hi. Breakfast in bed too. Hi. I wouldn't talk. I'd get good at the game. All that shit. I can't believe women who don't have no ass in the black community think they have room to speak.
I would say that might be a flaw. I personally don't think this is a flaw, but like I know some men will, so I'm gonna say it as a flaw. I'm vegan, and so
Okay,
I
here we
don't
go.
cook
Here
a
we
whole
go.
lot of meat. Like I prepare like chicken and like bird, like light meat for my son, but I don't really cook meat like that. And men like these days.
And there are going to be those guys who prefer slim. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm actually talking about like, there are men in the black community who prefer slim, and I've seen it. I know these men. But they represent such a rare outlier, it's hardly even worth mentioning. It's almost like guys who deal with women who are over 500 pounds, and that's the only way that they want to deal with the women. He's such a small, rare demographic of men. It's not even worth, you can't even learn anything about this demographic of men because so few of them exist. There's not even enough data to gather about these men to even critique them because that's how rare they are. It's no different than something like this. Black men in the community who prefer a woman who don't got no booty, he's very eclectic and he's different. And he's not even he's not as married to black culture a lot of the times as other people, which actually is very healthy. Don't get me wrong, it's very healthy to not be ultra married to all the things in the black community that we hold valuable. And y'all know that that's where I'm coming. But anywho, let's continue.
They just be hungry. Like they're just so hungry and they always want to eat something. Like I'm not.
What do you mean? Why wouldn't men be hungry? So like, what are you talking about?
I will prepare food. I cook.
Wait a minute, you don't want them. You said, You said the men like to eat all the time. Well, girl, he out there working all day. When you work a lot, you get hungry, girl.
Me too. I'm hungry too, and I sustain myself and I feed myself as a vegan. I'm just saying I will make food, but like I'm not about to be like making burgers and hot wings and tacos and all these things every day. Like I don't be making meat like that, and like they be wanting.
Okay, so when
Oh
you're
God, I have to hurry up and check her. Intellect says, "Shit, speak for yourself, Don, and pass me them Slim Petite with them cupcakes." Can't do no big backerus. Why you think I love the Asians so much? Big booty girls get comfortable and blow up. Now that is something that happens. That is something that happens. Let me change my battery. That is something that happens. Kevin Samuels actually was actually trying to put black men onto this. He was trying to say that like a lot of men are like who prioritize thick women. They're not considering that women gain weight after pregnancy and so on and so forth. And I think that's why like I don't really like I tell guys not to really like hang in that thick BBW area if you're truly not into big girls, because again, she could have a baby. There's like happy weight where y'all are just having a good time. Y'all are traveling, things are new, and people tend to gain weight during these periods of a relationship. And if 20 pounds is gonna make her an overweight girl, that's not the thick you want. Like I get where you're coming from. Me personally, I know black girls and I think booty is so prevalent in the black community. I know girls who are thin built but got good booties, what men would call slim thick. There not every woman who got a nice booty is somebody who is like on the cusp of being fat. Ass is just everywhere in the black community. It has a lot to do with the way our women are built, genetic diversity also. But I want to say I support all you guys who aren't just big booty centered, because that's not supposed to be our culture just in general. We're not just supposed to only want big booty women, but I have collected a lot of data that have led me to believe that that's the way black men on average, and the majority of us prefer our women to be built. Even if we're not into hip hop culture or rap culture, it doesn't require that for us to be into that demographic of women. And I think it has a lot to do with the women who we grew up around, the women who raised us. So I certainly agree. I certainly support my men like Intellect, who don't put that ahead of anything and make that a priority, you know? But I've noticed collectively black men take it very serious. Now to get on to the more serious aspects of this conversation, this woman literally has a child that another man has to take care of, a body that nobody would ever call home about, average as the day is long. She's admitted to having personality problems, and now she's saying that she literally does not want to cook a man what he would want to eat.
My dog died alone.
Lady, what value do you actually offer this hypothetical six-figure stepfather who comes in and takes care of your child? He doesn't even get to eat what he wants, but he's supposed to make more money to compensate for the kids he already has so he can do a better job of taking care of yours. You don't even want to cook him a meal that he wants. I'm not creating this. To anybody who doesn't like what I do, I'm just reacting to what women are saying. If they don't say these things, I can't come online and get any money. See, Tom published a big booty study. Yeah, we got real scientific on them.
Has this been an issue with men?
Let me tell you, no. So my last boyfriend, who him and I broke up in March, he cooked for me all the time, and we would cook together a lot, and he would just lean into eating vegan with me. And so it really
Why'd y'all break up?
So I found out he was cuddling on couches with other women watching movies and things, and I was like, oh, I didn't know we was allowed to do that. So we gonna break up.
Okay. So let me understand. you're not cooking those things ever, or?
Like I said, I will make like baked chicken for my son, or, you know, like homemade chicken noodle soup, or, you know, chili with turkey meat in it or something for my son. But like, I don't, like, there's just certain dishes I'm sure that certain
okay,
meals.
let's just get.
Oh, so you're cooking. So basically, what you're saying is whatever's for dinner is for dinner. He has no say, even though he pays for the entire situation and whatever. Because you eat vegan, whatever's for dinner was dinner, and he should just be okay with it. And he took less of his 6-figure salary to take care of you and your average ass and your illegitimate child. And you're like, dinner is dinner. What's on the table is what's on the table. What in the world make you think you get to talk to one of the rarest men in the dating market this way? This is why single mothers are doing bad. It ain't because of the baby. Y'all always try to make it about the baby. It ain't about the baby. It's you women. The stuff y'all say. It's the audacity of the modern day single mother. It's out of line. He does not have to eat what you like. You're in his world now. He's paying for you.
Clarity. If a man wants fried chicken, that's not what you're doing.
I don't like the smell of it. No, I'm not gonna make it. If he makes
so
it,
you basically so
because you don't like the smell of it. Like look at the level of this. This is everything you need to know about how marriageable our women are. He want a 6-figure man who's willing to take care of her illegitimate child. She won't cook him no fried chicken because she don't like the smell of the shit. Y'all see where I'm coming from? Now is her having a flat booty a good thing? You gotta look at a flat ass and it's in the kitchen cooking food that don't gotta smell. Exactly. This is a white man's woman. I told y'all, like, I know black men. We're not about to do no flat ass and not get no fried chicken, bitch, please. Like, we can't have no chicken. You have no buns. My God. Let's let it play.
A good man for you would be a vegan man.
I got a delivery. Hold
I
on.
would prefer it, but I'm not gonna like say I only will date vegans. Like that's crazy.
Well, you should, because you're saying like fried. I'm not saying okay. I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but in the black community, there's a good portion of men who are not vegans. They're not vegans. They gonna like certain things, like because like you don't do steak either, right? Okay, yeah, you don't want to do the steak, you don't want to do the chicken, you don't want to do, you know, and then you want this man to be a father figure to your son. You also want him to make a certain salary. So this man, if he likes those things, he gonna be like, the least you could do. What did Chris Rock say? Can I get the big piece of chicken?
I don't agree with that, Kendra. I feel like
why not?
Because
that's
I feel
why.
like
Listen, what I'm saying, hold on, real quick, before you disagree. What I'm ultimately saying is you should focus on men who are vegans, because this way you guys. Okay, well, so you dated non-vegans and then y'all didn't have the issue with the food.
Right. And so like I gave you the example of my last boyfriend, and then the guy.
But he was hunting with somebody else.
Well, they didn't have sex apparently, but yeah, he was watching TV with her.
If you want to build an app and have no idea how to code or where to start, check out Base44. I built this daily habit tracker that helps users log small wins, track their mood, reflect on past entries, and see how far they've come. It's fully functional, and I didn't write a single line of code. You start by describing your idea, what you want it to do, the features, the look and feel. Now watch Base do its magic, designing the interface, building the database, wiring the logic. It's like asking a team of engineers, designers, and product managers to create your vision instantly. Once you have your first version, you just keep going. I add dark mode, polish the transitions, and make sure it works smoothly across devices. The best part? I can just stay in flow. No blockers, no switching tools, just building. So start.
And then my boyfriend prior to that, he wasn't vegan either, but he leaned into it heavily, and he cooked for me all the time. Like I never cooked; he always made food for me. So
She's like, oh, he cooked for me.
What happened with him?
It just got really weird. He was a little bit older than me. He was I was maybe 31 at the time, and he was 43, and he just wanted to move so quickly, and I just didn't understand like what the pressure around moving so quickly was about. So I decided to end that.
That was before your son or after?
That was after my son. It was a couple years ago.
Okay, so fair enough. All right, so she's not cooking all that meat, so prefers a man that doesn't require that. And you also like a man that will cook too, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Was this a deal breaker question?
Did you say she
No.
Prefers a man that doesn't require that. And you also like a man that will cook too, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God. Die alone, lady.
Dog, die alone.
Die alone. Die by yourself. You crazy as fuck. You're out of your mind. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This makes me very upset. From a genuine place. From a genuine place, this makes me very upset. Borderline furious. Borderline furious. That women in our community who are offering so little to a man expect so much. That even if you were dealing with the average guy who you qualify for, he would be being underserved. Don't you understand that? That if you dated the $50,000 to $60,000 a year man you truly qualify for, who you've overlooked and made invisible, excuse me, he would still be underserved. You don't cook, and you're masculine, and your attitude is messed up.
Die dog, die alone.
He'd still be underserved even if you were dealing with the men in where you qualify, $50,000 to $60,000 a year. You would still be, he'd be underserved. So what the hell you think you're supposed to do with somebody who make $150,000 a year? When the guy at 60 would be getting played by you. Because you're not worth 60, maybe even. You probably are you're average. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's where you are. It's something wrong with you not knowing that that's where you belong. Not there actually being anything wrong with you being average, but you not knowing that that's where you belong is a problem. You got a poor attitude. You've admitted it. You're blaming it on your zodiac sign like a child. You have an illegitimate child that's somebody else's. And you only cook what you want to cook. And you, like, lady, who the hell do you think these guys are? You think that they just that men who are rare like that are looking to get on the program of a chick who's beneath them? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We got a Cash App right here at the end of the show. Rockhound Publishing says her son is forced to be vegan. Yeah, he's miserable. He hasn't had a good meal. He hasn't had a good meal in forever. But anywho, hope you guys enjoyed the show. It was a good show. We'll be back for another one. We sponsored today, so we'll be back. I love the Sunday pop-up shows. We can start the week off with some lives. I don't even know what to do. She could be one of our most delusional women of the month. Yeah. Average in every way. Flat booty. Bad attitude. Don't even cook what a guy would even want to be cooked. I'm just trying to figure out how this six-figure guy, how he wins. What prize in hell did he win? Much love to our sponsor, David Edwards and Ron Seaway. See you guys on the next show. You guys be good. I had a great time. Single mothers aren't hopeless. They just don't know what to say. Get out of here.